From a bar that survived even after scaring John Taffer away with criminal activities, to another that somehow stayed open even after losing their liquor license and facing fatal incidents, here are the bar rescue bars that are still open in 2026, starting with Canyon Inn, a Yorba Linda, California bar owned by former minor league baseball player Paulie Ambrose, who initially saw success after purchasing it in 2004.
Back in the day, I mean, we were topping out at 30 grand a week. You know, things are good.
At first, the bar had potential, especially in an affluent area, but Paulie's refusal to modernize quickly became its biggest problem. He ignored his general manager Johnny's advice about upgrading the bar to suit the new customers' tastes.
He's very reluctant to run specials, even with our competition killing us, but he doesn't get it. We really need to suck that business back in and let me do, what I know needs to be done.
It is going to be my way. It's all about making a buck. Money does not lie.
And with all that neglect, the bar became stuck in the past with outdated practices and poor food quality.
I think I'm an expert behind the bar, but in the kitchen, absolutely. I know tons,
It's a lot of frozen food. These bags, they're not vacuum sealed. All your burger patties are going to get tasting like freezer burger.
Unfortunately, while frozen food can be stored longer, it can also cost up to 20% more than fresh food.
But there was one more problem: unchecked customer behavior. This even affected John Taffer's wife, Nicole, during the recon, when she was molested by a regular customer who behaved inappropriately toward her, creating an extremely unwelcoming and disturbing experience.
Fix your hair.
Okay.
Then this guy was like all over me. This guy is a regular at their bar.
Eventually, things escalated to the point where the bar was losing up to $100,000 a year, making it difficult to operate sustainably. After calling in bar rescue, John Taffer pushed for a complete transformation, following several altercations with Paulie over the need for change.
Would you rather have a new name that put $500,000 a year in profit in your pocket, or an old name that put $250,000 in your pocket?
Are you going to change the bar, or are you going to create a new bar? Tell me what you're going to do, and then let's do it.
I'm going to do what makes you the most money.
I honestly believe that I could go to any bar that's struggling and turn it around myself.
But why didn't you do it then?
Despite Paulie's hesitations, John still moved on with a major overhaul, improving systems and retraining staff, and rebranding the bar as Canyon Saloon Spirits and Steaks. However, despite these upgrades, Paulie resisted the changes and eventually reverted the name back to Canyon Inn just 2 months after the episode aired. Even with that pushback, the bar managed to survive long-term. Today, the Canyon Inn is still open and operating, though not without controversy. The bar has faced a 35-day liquor license suspension in 2025. This suspension occurred following a DUI incident involving minors who had reportedly consumed alcohol at the bar, which resulted in a fatality. Despite all of these issues surrounding its name, the bar has remained operational for over 15 years since the episode aired. This longevity is reflected in its consistent social media activity, including regular posts about events and specials on platforms like Facebook. Ultimately, its ability to remain open for over a decade proves that even imperfect rescues can have a lasting impact. And just like Canyon Inn, the next bar would face its own challenges, but in a far more troubling way. TJ Quills was a struggling college bar owned by Darian Blanchard, which had built a reputation for underage drinking, reckless staff behavior, and an out-of-control party atmosphere that pushed the limits of legality. By the time John Taffer stepped in, the bar was already drowning in $400,000 in debt and just months away from shutting down.
He has borrowed $20,000 from his mom and is $400,000 in debt.
There's certain nights where I won't even have one single person come to the door. I don't know how or what to do to pull them into TJ's.
Seeing how close they were to losing everything, John observed that the staff members drank on the job. Fake IDs were slipping through easily, making it easier for minors to gain access to the bar.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There it goes. The fake ID just went in. You know what he's doing? He looks at it, but he's not reading it. He has no idea what name it says on that license or anything.
The guy who looked at my ID looked like he just didn't really know what he was looking for, but he ended up giving me a wristband anyway.
And management had completely lost control of both employees and customers.
Do you run this place, or does it run you?
I can run this place.
Right now, it's running you. Either you need to be a manager and create standards, or you gotta close this place and recognize that you're gonna lose money.
Tensions peaked during the stress test, where repeated failures exposed just how broken the system was. This led to multiple firings and finally forced leadership to take responsibility.
Guys, this was a stress test. And within 5 minutes of opening tonight, what happened with Nate?
Fake ID.
He's gone. Our liquor license is not on the line anymore.
Today, you know, we did lose 2 guys, but it's do or die. I can't afford it anymore.
From there, John pushed for a full reset. The staff were retrained to improve both food and drink quality in order to retain customers, and the bar was rebranded as the Annex to distance itself from its past.
First of all, I called it the Annex because the Annex is a very college-friendly term. This is a digital touchscreen menu from Digital Touch Systems, guys. It interacts with your POS system. So if I want to order food, I hit the food button. Look, there's all the items.
The relaunch was successful, with improved security measures and a more controlled environment. Within a few weeks, the changes showed clear results, including better management and rising sales. However, those improvements didn't last. The owner eventually reverted to the original TJ Quills name, abandoning the most important change of the rescue. And soon enough, old problems resurfaced again. But despite all that, the bar has remained open and active. Over the years, it has faced challenges, including investigations into alleged drink spiking reported by students, as well as issues with local health regulation compliance. Even with these setbacks, TJ Quills has survived for over 12 years after the episode aired, and it's still operating today with regular posts on Facebook about their specials. In the end, this bar is an example of how a loyal crowd can keep a bar alive, even when the fixes fade. But in Iowa, O-Face Bar would take things even further, surviving in a far more unexpected way. It was a neighborhood bar in Council Bluffs run by husband and wife Karen and Matthew Overmeyer, who had invested their retirement savings into the business, only to find themselves buried in over $260,000 in debt as poor management began dragging the bar down. Over time, the early success faded, replaced by unsafe practices, declining standards, and constant internal conflict among staff.
You better not take that shot, Amanda.
Are you serious? Are you serious? There's no structure with O-Face. It's definitely free-for-all. Karen and Matt care more about their friends and the drinking.
To make matters worse, John Taffer even witnessed a physical altercation among staff while he was still observing the bar from the outside.
They're really beating the hell out of each other. It's a full-blown cat fight. Russell, let's stop this. She's hitting her. Stop, what are you doing? This is your bar. Wait a second, you're the manager of this bar. How dare you disrespect that girl?
God.
Is this your manager? Do you allow her to beat up your employees?
No.
You have an employee beating her up. Her head hits that concrete. You're out of business.
When John confronted the owners, he noticed ongoing misunderstandings between them, which prompted him to investigate the bar more deeply. That was when he uncovered serious issues tied to the bar, including a video showing Matthew assaulting an employee.
Matt, Dave, please explain this.
You think I'm playing with you? Man, I'm military, mother. I will take you out. If you ever yell at my life again, I'm talking to you. You understand me? Knock him out. Be a you, Dave. Owner, dude. You ever touch my like that again, I'll knock you out. I have time.
Eventually, things reached a breaking point. Instead of moving forward with the rescue, John made the unprecedented decision to walk away entirely, stating that he did not want to be associated with their actions and believed that the bar was beyond saving.
So here's the deal. I'm leaving. I am not rescuing your bar. I don't even want to be associated with these people. I feel bad for Sick and Sarissa, but the fact of the matter is, I, in good conscience, cannot perpetuate their business practices.
Despite that, the bar didn't close. Even after temporarily losing its liquor license in 2014 for appearing on the show and facing ongoing controversies, O-Face Bar managed to reopen and continue operating. As of 2026, it remains open, although it has little to no online presence, making it one of the rare cases where a bar survived over 11 years after airing without ever being successfully rescued. But not every bar gets fixed and survives. Some manage to endure despite the chaos, and that's where the recovery room tells a very different story. Before even stepping fully into the operation, John Taffer discovered that the biggest issue wasn't just the business. It was the owner, Heather Stitch herself, who spent more time partying with friends than actually running the bar.
And you get a shot, and you get a shot, and you get a shot, and the whole bar gets a shot.
Heather frequently gave away free drinks and ignored basic business discipline, while her husband Howard struggled to keep things afloat.
This is her party, her place.
Shots?
And I find it interesting that her husband pays the bills.
Y'all ready for some shots?
but she's sitting there drinking his booze, and she's buying the drinks for all of her girlfriends.
They were losing money rapidly, with nearly $1,000 in drinks given away in a single weekend. During the rescue, John confronted the dysfunction head-on.
Boy, look at this, guys. We're just lining them up here. Did you pay for this? Howard really bought it for her, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Why? Why?
Just like to have a good time.
So you like to have a good time at his expense?
Exposing the losses, enforcing accountability, and pushing Heather to take responsibility.
How many times have you written checks, Howard?
25 at least.
25 checks for $2,000, and this is what you do in front of him? I got his back. So, I want to see what you got. Come behind the bar. I'm going to do my own recon.
All right.
I'm going to call you out. He's being way too nice.
Determined to fix things, John implemented stricter accountability, and the bar was rebranded The Baseline with a brighter, more efficient setup. This time, the changes held. 6 weeks after the relaunch, sales increased by up to 20%. Operations became more stable, and the bar maintained its new direction. Unlike many others, it didn't fall back into old habits, which has helped it survive till 2026, 7 years after its rescue. As of 2026, The Baseline is still open and thriving, with a 4.3-star rating on Yelp. And it stands as one of the clear success stories where the rescue didn't just create a momentary boost, but a lasting turnaround. And with this, The Baseline proved what consistency could achieve. But over in the West, another bar's journey would hinge on something else entirely. Britestar Tavern was a basic Route 66 bar in Glendora, California that had been around since 1965, but was struggling badly under owner Jim Reed. Jim had prior bar experience and bought Britestar Tavern in 2013, hoping to build something successful. However, poor decisions such as ineffective open mic nights run by Kristen, one of the bartenders.
So I thought, okay, open mic night.
Yeah, thank you all for coming tonight.
And lack of quality control began driving customers away. As the bar sank deeper into trouble, debt piled up to $500,000, with losses continuing to grow each year. Things got serious fast when John stepped in, calling out the failing system, especially how they wasted beer, and forcing Jim to take responsibility.
Keep pouring. Come on, Jim, keep pouring it. Okay. How many glasses are here? 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. What beer do you drink in your bar?
Bottling.
Why?
Because it tastes better.
Does anybody here want to drink this, really? Is this not the worst beer you've ever seen in your life?
And then it overflows, the foam.
So you've prepared for it, haven't you, with this?
Yes.
What is this?
Hot water.
And what is that for?
To keep the hops from building up in the line.
The turnaround focused on fixing the fundamentals, including installing a proper tap system, training staff, modernizing the space while preserving its historic identity by keeping the original name. Unlike many failed rescues, the improvements held. Sales increased by 30% in a few weeks, helping the bar begin paying down its debt. Today, Britestar Tavern is still open, although it had changed ownership because Jim sold the bar shortly after the bar rescue episode. The new owner decided to keep John's changes, and it has now survived for over 8 years while maintaining a solid 4.2-star rating on Yelp. A strong system kept Britestar going, even after a new owner stepped in, while the next bar survived only by following the rules. Quills was a military town bar in Hope Mills, North Carolina, owned by Todd Har, a soldier who opened it before being deployed overseas. At first, the bar had potential due to its proximity to Fort Bragg, attracting a steady flow of soldiers and locals looking for a place to unwind. However, everything fell apart during Todd's deployment, leaving the bar's management in the hands of his staff. When he returned, he found the bar completely out of control, with no leadership, poor hygiene, and a chaotic frat house atmosphere.
Upset about his failing business.
Instead of fixing things, Todd took out his anger on his employees.
Are you done?
Todd's scary.
And allowed serious issues like roach infestations, unsafe conditions, and reckless behavior to continue unchecked. Eventually, all these dysfunctional behaviors affected the bar negatively, leaving it in a $140,000 debt. When John Taffer stepped in, he immediately identified the lack of discipline as the core problem and pushed Todd to take accountability as the owner.
We found roughly 14 colonies of German cockroaches. They carry literally hundreds of disease. Because you're irresponsible.
I need you guys to let us know. Now I gotta look like a because we got roaches. I'm not gonna apologize.
You will not humble up. Mr. Ego?
Not on this.
Get together, please, guys. sabotage attitude is what's causing him to fail.
To turn things around, John rebranded the bar as 22 Clicks, introducing a military-themed identity that resonated with the local community while improving food service and making the environment healthy for the customers' safety. The changes paid off quickly, with sales increasing significantly to 50% and the bar gaining a more stable revenue that helped pay down its debts. As of 2026, 22 Clicks has been open for over 13 years and has been operating under the same concept with an active website and a Facebook page where they make posts about upcoming events. While 22 Clicks was liberated from chaos and given control, the next bar made a delicate decision that transformed them to this day. The Tradewinds in Cotati started as a laid-back neighborhood bar with the advantage of being located in a college town. But despite that opportunity, it struggled to attract the very crowd that could have kept it thriving. Over time, the problems became clear, and much of it pointed back to poor management, particularly from Chase, the manager, who owned 20% of the bar and frequently neglected basic responsibilities like restocking beer. Without consistency or accountability, the bar slowly drifted toward failure, missing out on revenue while developing a reputation for disorganization.
He's become extremely irresponsible.
We've had to hunt him down to find out where he's at because the bar isn't open at 3 o'clock. Tradewinds is not the cool place to be. No identity to this bar. No one knows what it wants to be.
When John Taffer arrived, he quickly uncovered just how dysfunctional things had become, from outdated decor.
So this place on the inside has no character or personality. What does the word Tradewinds even mean? You'd think it would have a nautical theme. Its interior is dated so much.
To broken systems that couldn't even process card payments.
All right, then tell him cash only.
Cash only, guys!
So what he should be doing is taking credit cards and opening tabs. So when he said cash only, if you're in this bar and you don't have cash, you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
So the POS system is down. They're running out of things behind the bar. Right. So that tells me the bar hasn't been stocked.
Right.
The stress test only made things worse, exposing warm beer, wasted inventory, and a staff that couldn't keep up with even moderate demand. Realizing a complete overhaul was needed, John pushed Chase to step up as a leader, emphasizing responsibility and structure moving forward.
You got this for free, man. You're coming off like a spoiled kid right now. Got a free present, and you know, you're done playing with it, so now you're just gonna discard it and go to the next one and leave him with the mess. Either you give up the stock or you give up the money. You are not gonna walk out of here with this stock doing what you're doing. Not with me here, you're not. So what do you say, Chase? Do you even want to be here?
Chase responded positively by cutting his hair and doing everything that would make the bar prosper.
We still haven't gotten to any of these people.
Still waiting for a guava and a cooler for table 1.
I got the haircut to change the attitude. I want to show Dan, Eric, everybody that I mean business.
John also introduced a tiki-themed concept while keeping the Tradewinds name, upgraded the bar systems, and retrained the staff. This time, the changes were maintained for a long time. As sales went up to 25%, management improved, and the bar leaned into its target college audience, and operations became more stable. As of 2026, the Tradewinds has been open for 10 years after its rescue. Customers' reviews highlight how accommodating and wonderful the bar has become, showing that they truly followed John's systems and continued to benefit from them. Tradewinds turned things around by tightening control and embracing a new structure, but at the wheelhouse, a lack of boundaries would push things into outright chaos. As a bar that tried to balance entertainment with nightlife, the wheelhouse and Hemet ended up blurring the line between fun and outright mismanagement. Because of this, it quickly developed serious issues, from staff drinking on the job to customers skating around with alcohol, creating a risky and unstructured environment where staff did whatever they wanted.
Jesse is more of a friend than a boss. He doesn't want people drinking behind the bar. He just wants the cursing, the swearing to come to a stop.
Tell everybody off.
That goes in one ear and out the other.
Owner Jesse Vivanco struggled to maintain authority over the bar, allowing employees, many of whom were close friends, to ignore rules and treat the workplace casually instead of professionally.
Jesse's a pushover, and we just do whatever the we want.
By the time John Taffer stepped in, they were already in huge debt.
They have approximately $165,000 in debt that I've incurred, and I had to deplete 90% of my retirement as well.
And he immediately recognized that the biggest problem wasn't just a concept, but the lack of separation between the skating rink and the bar itself. This became even more evident when he saw a drunk customer fall while skating through his hidden cameras, prompting him to step in and confront the situation directly.
I was watching you guys from the SUV, and I saw a girl fall down on her skates from being served too much alcohol. That's not only dangerous, but it's a huge liability.
They're closing across the nation.
For this bar to succeed, it's got to stand alone. It can't be dependent upon a roller skating rink to survive, and you know that.
Yes, sir.
To fix this, John enforced stricter structure, taught the staff members how to properly handle their activities, and introduced proper systems, including a POS setup to replace the paper-based ordering that slowed everything down.
Each workstation has its own two-touch POS system, which is fast. There's a printer in the kitchen, so all the items print up with the stool number, the table number, so we know where it goes.
He also rebranded the business as Derby's Bar and Grill, tying it into the roller derby theme while giving it a clearer identity. With improved operations and a more focused concept, the relaunch showed immediate results with smoother service and stronger sales.
What do you think?
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
I like
really
it.
nice.
It's very nice. I like how bright it
Very
is and
well
everything.
lit.
Yeah.
Unlike many others, the changes didn't fall apart after the show. In fact, sales increased significantly, with food sales rising by 75% and drink sales by 60% within just a few weeks. Eventually, the bar began hosting events that consistently drew in customers, while maintaining the directions that John had given them. Today, Derby's Bar and Grill is still open, surviving 10 years after the rescue, which is evident in their regular posts on Facebook about events and karaoke party nights, and an active website that proved that the right balance between entertainment and discipline can turn even a chaotic concept into a lasting success. Just like Derby's Bar and Grill, the next bar would show the proof of consistency, but in an even more spectacular way. The Britestar Tavern started as a neighborhood bar in Saxe, Texas, owned by Charlene Winter, a real estate executive who purchased it in 2012 as a long-term retirement plan. In its early years, the bar benefited from an existing customer base and steady local traffic, giving it a strong foundation despite Charlene's lack of hands-on bar experience. However, things gradually declined due to poor management structure and lack of leadership.
Charlene's lack of management skills
One of the biggest problems here is definitely that there is no manager.
began causing problems at the bar.
Charlene doesn't trust people. She doesn't fully give over everything to one person.
Eventually leaving her in huge debt that could affect her retirement plan.
I'm currently $530,000 in debt. I spent all my money in my retirement account.
By the time John Taffer arrived with the pitmaster Kevin Bloodsoe, there was no proper manager. The kitchen was in terrible condition, and the business had fallen deep into financial trouble.
Still going his way, but he's back here by himself. Nobody has came back here and helped him yet.
I got an order up for Janet.
Nobody's even run food. Nothing. Nobody checks on him one time.
Because of these challenges, John moved forward with a full transformation, rebranding the bar as Char Bar and Barbecue, and shifting its focus toward barbecue to fit the Texas location while keeping its live music identity.
It looks amazing.
How about those doors? Slide one of those doors for me, Cassie.
Got it.
The staff are also retrained to make drinks and food that aligned with the barbecue concept. Following the successful relaunch in November 2021, the bar embraced the new concept and branding, which had sustained the bar for up to 4 years since the episode aired. Now, Char Bar and Barbecue remains open as of 2026, actively hosting events and specials and making posts about it on their Facebook page. For Char Bar and Barbecue, long-term success depended on consistent execution after the cameras left. But for the next bar, it was more about a weird identity. Club Platinum is a long-running Las Vegas venue that originally opened in 1972 by Mike Capovilla as a jazz club, before eventually transitioning into a gentleman's club as trends changed. After Mike's passing in 1994, his wife Rita Capovilla took over operations, balancing the business while raising their children and maintaining the club's legacy.
My name is Rita Capovilla, and I'm the owner of Club Platinum. Dizzy Gillespie and Eddie Lockjaw Davis, a lot of the celebrities came in the club. But then jazz died.
For years, the club found success thanks to its rare licensing, combining adult entertainment, gaming, and liquor, which was a secret to its friends. But it gave the bar a strong competitive edge just off the Las Vegas Strip.
And then after that, it became an adult club. We kept this business secret from all my best friends because of our children.
However, by the time John Taffer arrived, the business was struggling with disorganization and poor management, leading to steady monthly losses.
Cash register is definitely medieval times. No POS, no touchscreen, no nothing.
That's how I run a tab. Sticky note, no POS system.
You're the owner. Why are you letting the bar just sink and sink and sink?
And Rita stopped paying the tab.
I'm losing about $2,200 a month.
Now she could lose everything.
It's my retirement. It's what I leave my children when I pass.
Leadership issues were a major factor, as Rita relied on unstructured oversight while staff members failed to take the role seriously. At the same time, she also ran the bar like a charity, all because of one reason.
So you have been supporting this place almost like a charity.
Yes.
Why?
This adult license is grandfathered in. They will never reissue another license in this area ever again. I can't let it go.
Because you can't let it go, but you've accepted the losses.
During the rescue, John focused on structure rather than rebranding, keeping the Club Platinum name but upgrading operations, staff training, and the venue's overall atmosphere.
So, how do we do?
Oh, it's awesome. It's beautiful.
We have an Orange Door entertainment system up there that has 50,000 songs in it. The other thing that we did is I put in a complete separate workstation. But I wanted to make the transactions quick by putting in 1, 2, 3 Harbor Touch POS systems, which are the best in the world.
He also brought Rita's daughter, Alyssa, into management, creating a more stable leadership system moving forward.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi. This could be a business that, takes in a profit versus a loss every single month. It's not a downgrade.
Strengthen the asset.
Following the successful relaunch, the club saw immediate improvement, with sales increasing up to 30% within a few weeks and operations becoming more consistent. As of 2026, Club Platinum has survived 8 years since the episode aired and remains open in Las Vegas, although it was listed for sale in late 2022. However, the sale did not go through, and the club continues to operate today, still known for its adult entertainment offerings as reflected in its Facebook page, and a complimenting Yelp review that says, "The best strip club I've ever been to. Highly recommended. If you like dive bars, cheap beers, and good-looking women, this is the place for you."